lot of weird, unusual, or just downright creepy instances happen in my everyday life for as long as I can remember. It's not just me either. Several members of my family have shared some scary stories with one another down the years. What I'm about to tell you is a completely unexplained mystery that happened to my dad in 1980 when he was 18, and it involves a night out with his best friend and their girlfriends at the time, whose relationships didn't last very long. It may not seem relevant, but the events in this story are one of the reasons for that. My dad grew up in Manchester, England in the 1970s. As he was looking for work and balancing university, he had a night out every Friday and Saturday night, usually with his friend, who I'll call Wayne for privacy reasons. Despite my dad's thirst for alcohol, he never used drugs or smoked weed, even though his friends did. Wayne, my dad, and their girlfriends at the time arrived at a nightclub in Manchester, England one Friday night. None of the four were intoxicated yet, so the eagerness to get hammered kicked in. My dad bought the round of drinks, but before he could take a sip, he was bursting to use the restroom, so he handed over the drinks to his friend. The club was not busy yet, as it was only 11 p.m., so the line for the toilet was very small. Security guards kept an eye on drug users and people falling asleep, or simply being too drunk, or wanting to fight in the bathroom. My dad did his business within a couple of minutes, and after washing his hands, opened the door back to the dance floor and found a pit in his stomach. The last song of the night was playing. The song played every night the club was open to singles, and it was the last call. My dad couldn't piece it together. What was going on? How could the last song of the night be playing? He asked the bartender for the time, and his watch showed it was 5 minutes to 2 a.m. Stunned, my dad couldn't understand how a bathroom break for a couple of minutes went by over 4 hours. He was slapped hard in the face by his then girlfriend, accusing him of leaving the club to be with another girl. Even my dad's friend Wayne had a smirk on his face, eagerly awaiting to hear who the girl was. My dad was not amused, and he was extremely angry, not understanding what was going on. Was the whole club playing a joke on him? Did he fall asleep? Wait, the security would have thrown him out if he was asleep. He couldn't process what was going on. He went home and took 3 shots of vodka, trying to calm down. To this day, my dad cannot figure out what happened that night. And it's 39 years later. He still swears that he was sober that night at the club. Months after that night, he met my mom at the same nightclub, his first time back. Questions will surround the night at the club seemingly forever. Questions like, wasn't he abducted by aliens? Was he thrown into another dimension? Did someone drug him and then bring him back to the club? We'll probably never know what really happened. But if something did, I'm glad my dad doesn't remember it.